Everybody, here we are. We made it. I cannot believe it. Justin, I can't believe I'm here right now sitting in front of you, dude. You have this. We started on this trip Saturday morning, gang. Just got to California. I'm in National City. I'm like so close to the couch, Justin, I can almost see it. We jumped in a hotel room real quick because I don't know why, Justin, but I cannot get the Starlink to work. After we're done live here, maybe you and we can figure it out. Because what happens is every time I try to link onto my Starlink app, it goes to you. I have two Starlink accounts. I have one down in Mexico and I have one with you, and it keeps linking to the one with you, and it won't let me get the one. I should have been able to have internet all the way up the Baja. That's what I pay for. That's what it should have done. But for some reason, it keeps linking onto yours. I don't know. Gang, it's your saltwater guy, Captain Dave Hansen, with my good buddy, my pal, the guy that makes the whole thing happen, Justin Botrell, and Elliot's hanging out. Neither one of us can do any of this with Elliot. Pablo might be doing a drive-by in a little bit. My good buddy Ron's running around, getting everything out of the truck. Literally, we just pulled in here. I checked in and ran upstairs and threw this camera together. We are in the hotel room, as you can see. But it is Promar Ahi USA Monday. So we're representing Promar like we always do. I got a Promar shirt on. We got our Ahi hat on. We got a phenomenal show for you tonight. Justin and I are going to be talking about what's going on, man. There is so much going on since I left Saturday for this drive. You guys don't understand. On Saturday, I was in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Right now, I'm in San Diego, National City, California. Ron and I just did this drive in the car, 1,100 miles. We literally just got here, right, Big Ron?
Yes, sir.
We just got here, gang. I could not let you guys down. My buddy Justin has a lot he wants to talk to you about. I could not let you down, so we're here for you. I'm sorry we didn't go live today at noon. But literally, we can't get the Starlink to work, and I don't know why. Tomorrow, we're going to be live from San Felipe at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Then Wednesday, Ron and I will be live from beautiful Loreto, Mexico, with our show at 6 o'clock at night. And then Thursday, we'll be live at our house in beautiful Cabo San Lucas. We're driving the truck that I got from Justin couple years ago at the PCS show. And Justin, thank you so much. The truck is running so nice, and my 6'6" buddy is very comfortable in there, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Hey Ron, how you doing?
Ron, Justin asked you a question.
What's up, bro?
How are you doing?
Oh, everything is lovely.
You tired yet from driving everywhere?
No, not quite yet. We're getting there though.
Nice.
Last night we stayed with our good buddy Roy Rose and his wife Lauren. They made us a phenomenal dinner and a great breakfast today. We got on the road about 10 o'clock this morning, something like that.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
We went through some lures on some beautiful rocks down in their house down in Baja. It was spectacular. Ron's got to see some beautiful scenery on the drive, gang. It's been so great. We're having a really, really lovely time getting Kelly Girl her brand new couch is what this trip's all about. We're going to load the couch up tomorrow morning at Captain Al Clower's house, and we'll be headed back to Cabo tomorrow.
I'll bet that drive was very scary as soon as you crossed the border over here, huh?
I'm terrified right now. Ron had to keep telling me, Dave, we're back in California. You got to stop at the stop signs. You got to slow down. You can't speed. Yeah, it's terrifying up here.
Don't cut anyone off or you'll get shot.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrifying up here. We're in National City, so we're not that far over the border, but it's still, we're on this side. We're on the unfun side of the border, gang. We're in your neck of the woods, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, I'm terrified. But Ron and I were laughing about it on the way today as we were sitting in the line to get across the border. We were laughing. We just drove the whole Baja. We didn't even think about anything scary the whole time.
No.
But we started to panic when we got to the border. I'm telling you.
I bet you did. I really bet you did.
Oh my gosh, it's terrifying. But we're here, we're in California, but we are going to get out of here as fast as we possibly can. We're going to get out of here quick. But today we got a great show, gang. Once again, Justin, Ron, myself, the whole crew at Your Saltwater Guide, our hearts go out to all of you. Everybody that suffered from this catastrophic event up in the Palisades, out in Pasadena, and I don't even know where all the other fires are because we've been literally in the cab of the truck the whole time. But we're thinking about all of you as we drive and how tragic this must be. And we're thinking about, but on a good note, fishing's kind of turning around. The water's pretty nice. There's lots of lobsters crawling around. And Justin, kind of go over what's going on out in the water because I've been kind of out of it for 3 days.
So Catalina Island is starting to turn on. There are a lot of whitefish invading Catalina. So if you like whitefish, there's a million of those. The backside of Catalina, there's a lot of halibut coming in now into, I don't know if they're coming in to spawn or whatever, but there's a lot of them moving in. There's the occasional white sea bass that you just got to be at the right place at the right time. Locally, the sculpin bite is unreal. It's unreal right now. Whitefish again locally. You're going to catch a million sheep's head as well, but you can't keep those, unfortunately. The endangered sheephead. And yeah, a lot of good fishing right now. Catalina Island lobstering is really, really good. You just have to get away from the boats. So if you see a bunch of boats, go the opposite way. That's what I've been doing. I'm doing pretty dang good. It doesn't really matter with lobsters, but yeah, I just go away from everybody. And then locally, finally, the lobsters are starting to crawl. So locally, lobsters are starting to crawl. It's not wide open like everyone's seen last year. It's normal this year. Last year was just a big fluke where you've seen us getting limits every single trip pretty much. But lobsters are finally crawling locally. It is breeding season for them. So most of the females that you're going to be catching right now are going to be pasted. So don't worry about throwing them back. You don't have to. There's millions of lobsters. Just keep it and eat it.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I've been saying for a long time, gang. You're not going to save the planet Earth by throwing illegal lobster back, no matter what they're trying to tell you. But yeah, you and Paul had a phenomenal day last week. If you wanted to catch a bunch of fish that you couldn't keep, huh? Lots of sheephead. My goodness.
Well, we found the mother lode of sheep's head on last Thursday. It was crazy and all big 5+ pounders. Big sheep's head we found. Tons and tons and tons. So it was a lot of fun. This Wednesday, I'm going to try to go live. Dave, so the whole story is Dave's going to be driving and he's not able to click the go live button, but he's going to try to his best to make us go live because I got something special I want to show everyone. Hopefully it works. We always try to do new innovative things on a live show. And then of course people are going to follow us, but it's going to be really cool. It's going to be something brand new that no one's ever done live. And hopefully it goes through. If not, we'll do it again the following week and you all can see. But it'll be really cool. Make sure everyone stays tuned. Wednesday, hopefully we'll go live in the morning.
Well, you know what, Justin? What's cool though, when they try to follow us and do what we do, that's fine. They're showing live videos to no people.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And when you do what you're about to do, they're gonna try to do the same thing, and then they're gonna show videos to no people. Gang, right now, it's absolutely insane. That video that we talked about a couple days ago, it's now at 34.8 million views in 12 days on Instagram alone. So when you guys think, oh, Dave, you're not talking to anybody, 39.7 million people have looked at my Instagram post this month in the last 28 days. So somebody's watching our stuff, right, Ron?
Absolutely.
Somebody's watching us, and there's got to be somebody out there that's tired of spending their hard-earned money for advertising with people that get no views. Ron and I were just talking about this when we were driving in here, Justin. Google, if you wanted to get in front of 30 million people with a Google ad, it costs $300,000. $300,000. If you happen to be the company that sponsored that video, which that company is Okuma Fishing Tackle, they sponsored that video. So 34 million plus people have seen a video sponsored by Okuma. Could you imagine if that was sponsored by your saltwater guide? Oh, wait a minute. It was sponsored by your saltwater guide. Oh, yes. We have new people subscribing to our website. If you guys had a company, could you imagine getting your product in front of 34 million people in a day or two? That's pretty good stuff. I don't know what you guys are waiting for. You can jump on this train. Justin, do you think we're going to be bigger next year or smaller?
Absolutely smaller. No, I'm just kidding. Definitely more than doubled the size next year. So here's another way that you can put it about the whole paying money for being seen, right? Because that's really where everything relates to money. Everything does. So if you think about it, when you drive on, say, the 60 freeway, and you see those billboard signs, and a lot of them are empty right now. Not a lot of them, but some of them are empty. And there'll be a sign on there saying how many cars are driving by every month. And they'll say, there is 4.2 million cars coming by this sign every month. Well, if you were to look at how much it is to rent that sign just for people to drive by, and most of the time you don't even look at the sign unless it catches your eye, it's $5,500 or more to rent that sign every single month. So $5,500 to rent one of those signs every single month to hopefully have 3 to 5 million cars or people in the car look at your sign. Now, where is most people looking right now? People aren't looking up at signs. You know where everyone's looking while they're driving as well? Phones. Everyone's looking at their phone while they're driving, while they're sitting here. Dave's looking at his phone right now. And you're probably looking at your phone watching this right now. So everyone, where is everyone really looking? People are looking online, on your phone, on Google Ads, or maybe not even Google Ads, on Google search engines, Facebook, Instagram,
Ron's looking
YouTube.
At his phone.
Yeah, Ron's looking at his phone. So that's really where it's at. People aren't looking up to see a sign. Most of the time when we look up to see a sign that you're paying $5,500 for a month, it has graffiti all over it anyways. So you can't even see the sign. So yeah, that's all I had to say. I had to get my input.
Right. It is absolutely this machine that we've been able to put together because of Justin and Pablo and Al and myself, Ron, but we all have to give all power to Elliot. My goodness, that guy is a magician, gang, and it is absolutely amazing. But we're inviting all of you that would love to get your products out in front of people. We'd be more than happy to help you get your product out in front of people. I don't care what you sell, because like Ron and I were talking about just now, every one of you drinks a liquid product. Every one of you drives a car. Every one of you rides some type of motorized vehicle. Every one of you wears clothes. Every one of you has a toilet. Every one of you has carpet. Every one of you has a roof. Oh, we have a roofing company. That's right. That sponsors us. We have a brokerage house that sponsors us. We have a plumbing company that sponsors us. We have a reel company. We have the biggest sponsor that we have, Promar, because Promar in the tackle industry is the only company that I can put my finger on right now that totally understands social media. My gosh, They understand the power so much that they've not only sponsored Monday, they sponsor Tuesday. They sponsor our live show. They take your saltwater guide with them to ICAST. They understand the power of social media. You guys, we try to explain to you every single day the power. A lot of you are like, I don't care. I'd rather be broke than support Dave Hansen. Well, we can make that happen. I promise. We can allow you to be broke. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going anywhere. We grew over 650% in 2024. I just got to make one of you, anybody that wants to bet on it, I bet you we're going to make a couple more. We're going to have a couple more people. Who's that? Oh, my goodness.
Tim's kids, Tim's twins are out there catching fish
Tim.
right now.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Heck
Good
yeah.
job.
And we got Captain Al Clowers out right now with John and Tina Stanley and the family. And they're going to go try to jump on here live when they start pulling hoop nets any minute now. They have a link to jump on here with us. We do the live fishing shows at night with Justin. We got a bunch of sponsors on those shows, but gang, we don't have enough sponsors yet. If you want to help, if you want to jump in here and support your saltwater guide and get yourself a bunch of views and sell a bunch of product, all you got to do is call me, 949-374-0786. I promise you, I will help you sell your product. I promise you, when we talk about your product and show your product to the people on here, they're going to call you, or they're going to download your app or whatever you have, and they're going to jump on your site. They're going to buy your stuff. I just can't believe that we're coming out of this horrible storm that we had in LA with this wind, and we came out of it, and I just got up here. It's absolutely beautiful here. The wind is subsided. It's kind of warm out. It's beautiful, flat, calm. When I drove by the bay in San Diego, it looked like a lake out there. There's so much fun stuff that could start to happen. That doesn't mean that I don't feel for all of you that lost everything, and I know a lot of you lost everything, but gang, what's going to take your mind off it, what's going to help always is to get out on the water and go fishing. Get out with Justin, Pablo, Al, get out on your boat. Call me up. We'll get you signed up for our website. We'll help you out with whatever you're trying to accomplish. I want to try to help you guys get your mind off of this tragedy that just happened and start to work towards making everything better. There's a lot to look forward to. It sucks what just happened, but here in California, people don't give up. They just start working their way back up. And fishing's always been there for me. It's always helped me get through a lot of different things, and I think it will help all of you to get through a lot. What's going on there, Rylan? How's our mullet working?
Good.
Is it getting longer than mine?
Show me your mullet. Show me your mullet.
Is it starting to get longer than Captain Dave's mullet?
I think.
Oh God. Someone wants to come say hi. Oh God. Calm down. Oh,
Is that Madden? Oh no, that's the dog.
It's Moose. Oh God. Calm down.
What's up, Moose?
Say hi, Moose. Ah, gosh. What are you doing? Hi. He thinks that he owns me.
Because he does.
Yeah. Hi. Riley, come and get this dog. Golly, he's heavy. Get down. Knucklehead. I know. No, I don't want to play. Go. He's like, ah. He's like, my dad's here. I gotta go.
Let me show you guys a really cool video that Captain Al made with the brand new product from Promar Ahi. This stainless steel ghost shrimp pump is an incredible product. Check this thing out.
Hey, what's up, guys? Captain Clowers here with Promar Ahi USA. They came out with a brand new ghost shrimp pump, state of the art, best one on the market. Stainless steel with beautiful features like these really sturdy handles. The exit hole is on both sides, so you don't get any air bubbles when you pull on your stroke up. And the end of it is really sharp, So it goes in the sand or the mud really easy. All the components are really accessible where you can change the grommet and stuff like that. I've used a lot of pumps over the years, stainless steel ones as well, and this one is top notch. So I'm out here to show you how easy they work, and let's go over here and check it out. So all these little holes right here are ghost shrimp houses. So you go over the little hole and pull, and it's very easy. There's a bunch of small ones right here where we're at, but there's one right there, honey. See that? So here's a ghost shrimp right here. These are the perfect bonefish size right here. But just a couple pulls on the ghost shrimp pump, and we got some ghost shrimp. So if you guys are looking for a really cool stainless steel ghost shrimp pump, go to PromarAhiUSA.com and get.
Yeah, Captain Al Clowers.
That
Here's
is
the
cool.
QR code. If you guys want to get one of those ghost shrimp pumps or any of the other products that Justin and I talk about every day on the show, the GT4 fluorocarbon, the beautiful Promar gloves that Justin and his crew wear every night. You got the pink ones, the blue ones. You got the squid, the Promar mesh net that you throw in the water and sink down below the squid and pull it up through, and so many other products. Justin, right? Talk about that A-Cara jig.
Yeah, so the A-Cara jig that most of you have seen me using on the water, and that everyone that's come out with me, you got to experience it. That thing is amazing, especially right now. If you're using that smaller one, I think it's a 22-gram A-Cara jig. You throw that thing down to start popping it off the bottom, you're going to catch fish. Almost every cast, you're going to be catching fish. It's a lot of fun. And it catches literally everything. Everything from, if you want to catch the yellowfin croaker, you want to catch whitefish, you want to catch sculpin, halibut, bass, all the species of bass, from white sea bass all the way down to calicos and sand bass, the endangered sand bass. That thing is absolutely amazing. A must have. And I think I got Darren addicted to it. Darren's on here right now. It's a lot of fun. There's nothing like getting bit on that thing. It's as soon as they bite, it's just bam, just a quick jolt, and you're already hooked up. It's pretty cool. Like Dave's always said, the one thing that we all want is a bite. And that jig will get you that bite. And when they bite on that jig, it's a quick snap. Boom. It's almost like a gunshot went off. Boom. And it hits, and you're like, oh, dang, got one. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you and Darren were having a blast fishing with it the other day on the boat. That was fun to watch. You guys were having so much fun. There was a lot of laughter going on that boat.
Yes, there was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So tomorrow, gang, Michael Folks will be joining us, but it'll be at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Michael's going to join us every week for a while, up until the PCS show anyway. We're talking about all kinds of stuff fishing, but Justin just brought up something that we all need to get involved in, gang, and we'll talk about this, all the way up until the 12th of February when they have the big meeting, and then hopefully I can tell you enough of us showed up online for that big meeting, and we're gonna keep sand bass open. It is an absolute amazing thing that they want to close sand bass. I was at Captain Roy Rose's house this morning, and last night we spent the night there. When I was telling him about it this morning, he couldn't even believe that we were talking about closing sand bass. That's how he started out working on the boats, catching sand bass. That's how I started out working on the boats. That's how Frank Lepresti started out. That's how my dad started out. That fish is near and dear to all of us. It was kind of the foundation of our industry for a very long time, and they're about to take that fish away from us for no reason at all. It's an emotional takeaway, just like the MLPs, just like the rockfish. There's no science being done with any of these takeaways, gang. They're just taking and taking and taking. They eventually want us to not fish anymore. We're going to start the beginning of February on this podcast. We're going to start to send out every day on the show the QR code to join the meeting. And I think really, if we can get everybody in the network of Your Saltwater Guide to show up to that online meeting that's going to be in Sacramento, and we show our support, I hope, and let's just say there's a big hope there that we can slow down these closures a tiny, tiny bit. I think we're going to get a giant administration change here real quick from what just happened. There's a lot of very, very upset people with having no water to put fires out in California. And it's the same people that didn't allow us to have water for the fires that's not allowing us to go fishing. So hopefully we are in for a change. We got 6 more days till there's going to be a huge change. That guy wants to get rid of all those wind turbines that cause nothing but destruction and pollution, wide open pollution. Al and I were looking at a whole bunch of them here today on that when we were coming up the 8 to come over here to National City. My gosh, that desert just looks like a giant trash can with all those wind turbines spinning around. And this morning when I woke,
see all the trash underneath those. If you drive through Palm Springs, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know how in the hell are these people not responsible for leaving parts of the wind turbines, oil leaking down the frickin' sides. If you walk underneath those, let me back up a little bit. Here's the only reason why I know. I used to hike over there in Palm Springs, over near a place called Whitewater. It's right off of the 10 freeway. And I used to hike over there to go look for sidewinder rattlesnakes and horned toads, or horny toads, whatever you want to call them, and desert iguanas, because there's a whole bunch of them in that area. There's nothing there now. It's all wiped out. But now, if you go walk over there, I think about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I walked over there was oil in the sand from the frickin' wind turbines. Man, that was 10 or 15 years ago. Now imagine what it looks like now. It's ridiculous. You drive down the freeway onto 10 and look at those wind turbines. Almost every one of them, you see an oil slick coming down it. Every one. It's ridiculous. Like, how are they not responsible for this stuff? But if you, Dave, or me, or anyone else watching right here, if we accidentally spill 1 ounce of oil, we're getting fined $10,000 for hazmat pollution and everything else. But they just spill 500 gallons of oil all over the place. And it's okay. It's all right. They're fine. But it's absolutely ridiculous.
The problem is that I can't show you this article that came out this morning where NOAA, once again, we're talking about NOAA. I don't want to get sued. You know my feelings on them. They put out a bulletin this morning that NOAA can find no correlation to the death of all these whales on the East Coast related to the wind turbines. Well, I don't have much of an education, but I can see the devastation of the whales washing up on the beaches. But they say there's no correlation. That lets you know how slanted they are. I guess whoever gives you the most money, you're just going to go along with whatever they have to say, for lack of a better way to describe it, gang. But come on, every one of you that are watching this, because now Your Saltwater Guide has made you all aware of what's going on with these wind turbines on the East Coast. And I brought in guests that are very, very involved in this from the highest end you could go to. And then I brought in fishermen that are very involved in this. There is such a direct correlation that it is sad that NOAA would stand up on a stage and say there's no correlation. It's the most unbelievable thing I've ever heard of. Matt Ryan, we talked about it right before I went live. If you weren't out there acting like a fool, chasing a bunch of booger eaters around, you would know. The couch is at Al's house. I am in a hotel room 1.5 blocks from Al's house. I couldn't jump online on his house because he's out fishing right now with John Stanley and Tina Stanley and his daughter and his granddaughter. They're out hooping with Captain Al Clowers right now. We are approximately, 3 minutes from the couch? Ron's right here with me, Matt. We're 3 minutes from the couch. We're going to get up early tomorrow morning, throw the couch in the back of the truck, and be on our way back to Cabo. Right now, I'm in a hotel room in National City, and Ron and I drove all the way up here. We've been in that silly truck for 3 days. We drove just over 1,100 miles. Kelly girl, her couch of her dreams. And Kelly and Ron promised me they're going to love this couch. Look at that. Look at that lobster. That's pretty bad.
Sorry, Matt Ryan said something, so I wanted to show. That's from Brent right there. There you go. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to show that real quick.
Gang, we're on here right now live. We're going to be on here for a little bit longer, another half hour. You got Justin Botrell live right here. Justin's going to do another Zoom meeting here by the end of the month. We're going to pick a date here in the next couple days. Probably on Thursday, we'll announce the date that he's going to do another Zoom meeting. And Justin, the way it's looking up there in Long Beach, LA right now, the weather's calmed down. The world's not on fire right now. What do you think? Is there any chance of some of those thresher sharks showing up?
So I don't want to tell everyone.
No, don't say a word.
But if you want anything about thresher sharks, you need to be a member of your Saltwater Guide. But the chance of us finding a thresher shark when you go with me is pretty good. That's all I'll say. It's pretty good. So, but there is a lot of ash. Someone said there's the couches will get some ash on it or whatever. There's a lot of ash up here. The other day I was at the boat and I had to hose it off and it was just black ash everywhere. It's really sad. Oh, and another thing I wanted to bring up too. I think our sea lion population, everyone, I know we hate to talk about sea lions, but let me tell you, I think our sea lion population south of Point of Conception is going to explode this year. Here's why. I was telling Dave about this the other day. I was with Paul and we were coming across the channel the other day, and I seen, normally for those of you that go out into mid-channel and everything, when it's really calm and it's lake-like conditions, real flat glass, you'll see out in the distance spots of bait. So you'll see bait balls here, bait balls there, bait here, bait there, so on and so on. Now get rid of the bait. And all that you've seen was now sea lions, groups of sea lions, 15 to 50 sea lions in each group. And they were all over the place. There was some here. There was some over there. There was some over there. There was just loads and loads and loads and loads of sea lions just funneling into the south. Why? The only thing I could think of is maybe the fires, all that smoke, all that ash kind of hurt their lungs or something. So they all jumped offshore, got into big groups, and started coming down towards us. So unfortunately, I think we're going to have a sea lion year. Fish and Wildlife, if you're watching, you need to do something about it, like immediately. Seriously, you have to do something about the sea lions. If you want to save the fishery, you want to save this, you want to save everything about the whole ocean, stop going against us and start doing something with the sea lions. My personal thought of it is make there be tags, like you have wild pigs. People hunt wild pigs. Some people do, some people don't. Fish and Wildlife is a big money grab. They want money. That's why some of their fines are super expensive. Like no fishing license, $850. You get an undersized lobster, $1,100, so on and so on. Big fines. You want to make a lot of money, Fish and Wildlife? I know you're watching because you told me when you're on my boat. Get tags for sea lions. Make there be an open season for sea lions. Don't kill all of them. We don't need them all dead. We need sea lions, okay? We don't need this many. Make an open season for sea lions, and each tag for a sea lion is $500. Make there only be 5,000 tags or 10,000 tags, but $500 a tag. I guarantee you're going to sell more of those tags than you sell deer tags, than you sell fishing licenses. You're going to sell all of them out in probably 1 week. I promise you, you will. So please do something about it.
Absolutely. And listen, we're going to hit your question here 1 second, Matthew. But we have a young man on here. His name's Ned, and I put his post up there on the screen. And I'm going to try to help little Ned figure out what's going on in the big old world, because Ned doesn't really know anything about the big old world. And so, Ned, there's no such thing as climate change, Ned. I just drove the Baja Peninsula and we went through hundreds of miles of areas that were underwater at one time, Ned. I don't know if you've ever been to a place called the Grand Canyon, Ned, but Ned, me driving in my car has nothing to do with the whales dying on the East Coast, but the noise that the wind turbines cause kills more whales than any whaling ship ever has. The only whales you're getting to see, Ned, is the whales that washed up on the beach, Ned, because you're in your bedroom, Ned, and you're not really seeing what's going on out in the big old world, Ned. So, Ned, I'm going to do you a massive favor right now, Ned, and I'm not.
Hold on, don't block him yet. I got one thing to say to you after you're done.
Ned, go ahead, Justin. This is for you, Ned.
All right, this is for you, Ned. And someone did this the other day, and I think it's freaking hilarious.
Get right in line, Ned. Follow along, Ned. Goodbye. Hey, everybody, say bye to Ned. Bye-bye, Ned. Bye, Ned. Oh, Ned. Poor Ned.
Funny.
No more Ned.
That's really funny.
Isn't that crazy, though, that there's people that are actually that unintelligent, that actually believe that garbage, man? You need to go outside, Ned. Go on outside and look around, buddy. There's no such thing as global warming. You know what was really crazy? Most of you are too young, but there was a event in my younger days called Mount St. Helens, when that volcano blew up and blew hot ash all over the planet Earth, and we didn't see the sun. And I guarantee you there was more carbon put out of that one volcano than in all the cars that have ever been made in the history of the planet Earth. So it's pretty unbelievable that you guys can't see past the garbage that they're feeding you. Remember what I always say, gang? They're all lying. It's time for you to do your own research. Obviously, Ned doesn't have the ability to read, so he doesn't understand that it's all a lie. Do you think, just for a minute, do you think my truck driving up the Baja Peninsula created more carbon in the air than the recent fires? I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe I'm the dumb one. But I can promise you that these wind turbines have everything to do with the death of all these whales. I can promise you that. I will invite any of you that would love to come on the podcast. Bring your notepads, come on here and tell us all about how these wind turbines are not causing these whales to commit suicide. Come on and let us all know. First of all, I know you're not going to show up. And second of all, I know you don't have any knowledge to share with us. You're going to do the same thing that Noah's doing. Noah got paid a phenomenal amount of money by the people that are building these wind turbines. So therefore the wind turbines have nothing to do with the death of the whales. But we all of us with a brain that are able to read, we already know that they do. The noise that these wind turbines put out in the water, the whales are so vocal, you can't even comprehend, like Bonnie talked about a couple weeks ago when she was on. Bonnie Brady talked about the noise that these whales can hear. We can't even comprehend that. And they are a very, very vocal animal. They can talk to whales in Hawaii can talk to whales in California. So when you put something in the water that disrupts their ability to talk to each other and then absolutely drives those poor animals crazy, and that's what's happening, gang. The studies are out there. The research has been done. It's real, honest to God science, not the garbage that they're spoon feeding you. Like Matt Ryan just said, it's real simple, gang. Follow the money. When you find out who's supporting all these people, then you go, wow, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. But I'm very, very, very vocal about this whale thing. And I have knowledge, which most of the people that are against me have no knowledge. So they'll come on and they'll call us names like Ned did. Ned called me some names there because he has no knowledge. And that's how you can always tell the people with no knowledge is they resort immediately to name calling because that's all they got. Because they listen to a TV show that's paid for by the liberals and they know that if they
So I'm gonna call something a name really quick. It's really funny before the comment goes away. Call something a name. So Lisa commented, this is kind of an inside thing that we had while we were on the boat for all the group that was on the boat that day. And I'll share it with you. Everyone's gonna have to just read between the lines. So a lot of you are gonna be able to read between the lines, I promise. So if you have a fish, what do you call a fish that is a female trying to be a male?
a rat.
What do we call them? Sheephead. So that's our new name for them. Sheephead.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
So that's why she said sheephead.
Thank you. I am going to use that now. That's going to make it way more fun.
Yeah, sheephead. Oh, gosh.
Well, what's
too
really
funny.
cool, Jason Cutter, we're all concerned about it. And they littered the United States. They threw these wind turbines all over. Today, my good friend Ron and I driving in our car, we were going through the wind farm forest out there on the 8, out there in the desert when you come out of the hills. And there were 2 of these giant wind turbines being worked on by these giant cranes. And when you looked at the cranes that were working on them, those cranes were pumping out black soot into the air. And I was like, Ron, are those electric cranes working on the electric turbines? And he was like, no, they're not electric. And then he said, look around on the ground. There's tractors all over on the ground, moving the blades around, moving all the bolts and nuts around because everything in those things is giant, like you can't even believe. And then the other thing, every product on that wind turbine is made in China. So you guys, please wake up. These things they're not doing anything that they're trying to tell you they're doing. But there's a whole bunch of liberals making a phenomenal amount of money off of them. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Solar powered cranes. That would be so
solar powered cranes. Huh. Well, you can't even solar power a toaster with a whole bunch of stuff without a whole bunch of stuff going wrong. I was looking at some of the guys down at the area we were at last night. Went in their garage and they have 60, 70, 80 batteries running their houses. How do you make a battery? Don't you have to have cobalt? Where does that come from? Oh, that's right. We send little children in to get the cobalt out of the mine because no adult will ever go in there because you don't make it after you touch the cobalt, you're dead.
How'd you dig that mine? Not with a shovel.
No, they dig it with their hands. They send their children in. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. So when you try to tell me that's green energy, gang, I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. But you know what I am buying right when this is over? In-N-Out Burgers, baby. It's right across the street. I'm so excited. We don't have In-N-Out down in Cabo. So I have to eat really good food with no processing done and no artificial preservatives. I'm super excited to go get some artificial preservatives and some In-N-Out burger.
Yeah. We had delicious deer lasagna.
Oh my gosh, that sounds insane.
It was
that is insane.
Yeah. A left-handed screwdriver, right?
Okay, there you go, Tim Ogilvy. That's what we're gonna go get. Me and Ron are gonna go across the street and get a big pile of left-handed screwdrivers. So, and we'll drop them off to the wind farm as we go out.
One thing also, everyone, not to change the subject really quick, but Lobster season is almost over. Boo. We only have about 2 months, and that's it. So March 19th, I believe, is the last day of lobster season. So you only have until March 19th to get out there and get some lobsters. If you don't have the right gear, or you're looking for what to get. Sorry, I have lizards breeding right now, right here next to me. It's kind of weird. It's really funny. So if you don't have the right gear or anything like that, make sure you go to Promar. There's a QR code right there. If you're driving or anything like that and you can't get the QR code, just type in the promo code YSWG, and it's going to get you the 15% off of whatever you purchase from them. So make sure you visit Promar. Promar has everything to dial you in. Promar is so on top of this. I just wanted to note this for everyone. Promar is so on top of all the stuff that they have, especially for lobsters, that Fish and Game are using their stuff to check you. So they have the lobster gauges right there, and they're checking you with Promar lobster gauges. So that's all on top of it, that Fish and Game are too. They know that Promar stuff works, so they use it as well. But just make sure you get out, because we only have literally 2 months, maybe a month and a half. That's it, of lobster season. And now is the time in the LA, Long Beach, local area, all the way down to Dana Point and into San Diego is when the lobsters are moving the most. It's breeding season. The males are chasing around the females. And what happens when that happens? They get hungry because they're burning all that energy. They need to eat. So if your net's in the right place at the right time, using the right bait, fresh sardines, you're going to catch the lobsters. So one thing you got to make sure you don't do is don't use non-seal-proof bait tubes. If you use those other ones, I've seen one guy that came on my boat the other day. He used the ones that were made out of a 3D printer. Unfortunately, it cracked in half for him. So I would highly recommend you use the ones that Promar has. If not, go make your own. Don't use those wire cages. They don't work. The sea lions are going to bite right through them. So, yeah, just make sure you use seal-proof bait tubes. Go out there and catch some lobsters. They're definitely moving right now.
And you know how Justin knows that Promar's using, or that the Fish and Game's using the Promar gauge? Because he got boarded, like he said, and they used the gauge to measure the lobsters. That pretty much sums it up right there and tells you that, yeah, that's what they're using. Gang, I want you to see, there's a lot of people that I'm getting messages. There's no way you got that many views this month. Okay, I just want to show you. Let me show you. Can you guys read? You guys all have Instagram accounts. Go to that part of your page and look at your views. Professional dashboard. 35.6 million views in 30 days. Gang, that's rock star stuff. That's what my buddy Ron's friends get. That's what they get. But they play in stadiums and stuff. Your saltwater guys, 35.6 million views. If you look at that first video right there, the one with Tommy.
That's only
that's
Instagram.
Only Instagram. We're viral.
Only
We're viral
Instagram.
on all the platforms, guys. You could have your product being talked about on here. That video is sponsored by Promar. No, it's sponsored by Okuma, but Promar has plenty of viral videos on here with millions of views. It could be your company. You don't know which one of them's going to hit. But boy, oh boy, 35 million people saw Okuma. 35 million people saw that I'm sponsored by Promar. 35 million people saw that I'm sponsored by Fishing Booker. 35 million people saw that I'm sponsored by Deckhand Sports, that I'm sponsored by Code 4 Roofing, that I'm sponsored by Stanley Plumbing, that I'm sponsored by Manzer Marine, that I'm sponsored by McCarty Yacht Sales. That's how many people saw in just 30 days, gang. That's an incredible number. Don't sleep on this. I promise you next year, when we're bigger, I will charge you more for the sponsorship. I will. I've seen me do it before. I promise. Get in. We're not going anywhere, gang. I'm so committed to this that I just drove 1,100 miles and I paid for a hotel room for Ron and I to come in here to just show this podcast tonight. There's nobody else in this industry that's willing to do that for your product. So everybody that's sponsored by me, I am committed to making sure that we get your product out in front of everybody. There's nobody else that does that. You pay money for Google ads, you're not going to get that kind of responsiveness. There's nobody that cares more about our sponsors than Elliot Andrews, who makes all the videos that you see that go out and all the emails that we send out and all the different sponsorship things that we send out for all the people. So if you got a company and you're having a rough time, advertisement is the only way that people are going to see your product.
So I just did the math. I just looked it up. That's why I was looking down right now, everyone. I'm on my phone. See, I'm on my phone. Here's the numbers. So on Facebook alone, okay, to get 3 million views, not 30 million, to get 3 million views, if you were to pay for it, it's $9,000. So if you were to pay Facebook to get 3 million views on your Facebook, it's going to cost you $9,000. It's $3 per 1,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, and and those are real numbers. You guys can look them up like Justin just did.
Just Google it. That's crazy. That's impressions. So it's called an impression, okay? The cost per 1,000 impressions on Facebook is $3 per 1,000.
Do you want to see? I can show you the impressions we've had on Facebook this month. Okay, forget about Insta, forget about TikTok, forget about YouTube. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to let you behind the curtain here. Give me 1 sec. I'm letting you way deep right now. Elliot will probably get mad at me for showing you this, but oh my goodness, I got to move a little bit.
Don't do it if Elliot's going to get mad.
Got to move a little bit. This was the engagement on Facebook for 28 days. Can you see that?
It has to come closer.
191,000 engagements on Facebook. 191,000 engagements on Facebook. That's only Facebook. We had, I can't show you how much I made because you guys will be super mad, but we went up 65% this much. The engagements went up 74%. We had 2,007 new followers on Facebook alone. That's just Facebook, gang. Instagram, if I showed you how much money was made on Instagram,
you'd be like, why are you doing this? Because, yeah, you'd be like, why are you even wasting your time?
Why'd you run to the hotel room and do a podcast? Why aren't you out at In-N-Out working down a big giant double meat cheeseburger?
It really is ridiculous. You don't really make a lot of money until you're in like the multi-millions of views, and then you start making money on it. But it's hard to get there. And Dave's on his way, all right.
I'm trying. I never give up. I'm always there for all of you too. Justin, I called Justin before we went. I'm going live at 6, buddy. Jump in here. Justin's part of the team. All the sponsors are part of the team, gang. You're not going to get any love like this from anybody else that you send money. Oh, I'm going to get with an influencer. Really? You don't even know the person. All of you know me. You guys have a business. You know me. All you got to do is call me. 949-374-0786. Let's rock your business. Right, Ronnie?
Yes, sir.
Let's rock it. Let's rock your business. There's some big companies out there that need an influencer. There's some big people out there that need an influencer. Remember me when you're thinking about it, gang. I'm not going anywhere. I promise you. All this talk about In-N-Out Burger. I got to get over there, gang. I just drove 9 hours today. I'm so flipping hungry, but we're going to be dragging that couch back down to Cabo. We're leaving tomorrow. I'm going to be live tomorrow night with Michael Folks at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Justin Botrell is going to try his damnedest to go live with Paul on Wednesday. We're going to do everything we can. We'll get up early in the morning, Justin. I'll flick you on live and you can do all your magic while I'm driving.
While you're talking real quick, I'm going to go grab something. I'm not going to say what it is or what I'm going to do on Wednesday, but I'm just going to show everyone the one thing I'm going to be using.
And then
I'll
he'll be live on Friday night, Saturday night. I know he's going to be live. We're going to do everything we can to help you, gang, with your products. We're going to be out there fishing live. We do a live fishing show 3 or 4 nights a week. We do a live podcast 6 days a week. I put out 3 brand new videos every single day. We're an entertainment channel. When I don't put my videos out or I don't do my podcast, my phone rings. People want to know where we're at. Why aren't we live? All this stuff's real. And we talk about fishing as much as we possibly can. Uh-oh. What do you got?
I won't say what it is, everyone, but if you know what it is, you'll know what it is.
I want to know what it is as soon as we get off of here.
I've had this for a little while, and I forgot I had it. So on Wednesday, we're going to be using it, and I'm going to try to convert it over to the live video, which will be something it's going to break the internet.
Well, real quick, listen, real quick. That is going to be an absolutely amazing show. And real quick, gang, you guys got to check out that video real quick. How was that, Daniel? Was that enough times? Dang it. So,
and also really quick, everyone, I have a bunch of dates next month available. So this month is already booked up, like I announced on here a couple weeks ago. About 2 days after that, it booked up for this whole month. But next month, I have a bunch of dates available. So if you want to charter the boat, or if you want to jump on an open party, just let me know a date. I have pretty much the entire month open. So just let me know what day you're thinking, and we can definitely get you on there. This dog, can you hear him? He just fell asleep on my
wake
He was
up,
snoring. He was snoring. He was snoring. Knucklehead, what are you doing? So,
all right.
some of you that are commenting about what that is, yes, that is what you're thinking.
It's a George
it is.
Foreman grill.
A George
All
Foreman
right.
grill. A George Foreman grill with the camera.
There you go. Yeah. Well, Ron and I are so damn. Oh, show that to Ron one more time here. He just got up and moved over here.
Oh, nice. Nice.
We want to see that in action on Wednesday, Justin. So, what time are you going out on Wednesday?
I'm probably leaving. I'm going to leave in the morning. Maybe I'll be live around between 8 and 9-ish, right around there.
Oh, my gosh. That's going to be tough. Because at that time of the day, we are definitely going to be dead center in the middle of nowhere. If you guys have ever done the drive, we're going to be somewhere between Mexicali and San Felipe at about that time in the morning. So I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to work hard tonight to try to get Starlink fixed, and hopefully we get it straightened up. Maybe Justin can help me for a minute. And maybe if we can get it fixed, we can go live on Wednesday. We'll keep our fingers crossed. But you guys are going to be out there all day too, right?
Yeah,
we're planning on being down.
So we'll go live.
Ron and I are hoping that we're in San Felipe tomorrow, maybe around between 2 and 3. So maybe we can go live in the afternoon with you. How's the weather look tomorrow?
Tomorrow it looks horrible.
Oh, good. I mean Wednesday.
Okay. Wednesday, it about an hour before we went live, it looked amazing. And I looked while we were live, and it looked like it was getting worse, but it's not that bad. We'll make it work.
So on
it's only like 15-foot swells at like 3 seconds and 80-mile-an-hour winds. We're good. We're all right. No, it's not that bad. It should be all right.
Cool.
It looked like it was beautiful, and literally an hour before we went live, it looked like it was gonna be dead flat calm, like a lake. And then all of a sudden, it looked like the wind was gonna pick up a little bit, but we'll be all right. It's not
Avery, you got to come back on the show, buddy. I hope everything's going good. Call me up. I'm gonna go get some food right now, gang. And Justin and I'll talk in a little bit. Maybe we get Starlink working for Wednesday. We're gonna be somewhere in the middle of between San Felipe and Loreto on Wednesday, somewhere in the middle of the desert. But maybe we can get it going. I hope so. We're going to work on it. But Ron and I are super hungry, gang. We made it. We pulled the show off. Can you believe that?
Amazing.
Oh my God.
3 minutes.
Ron was trying to keep me from getting in an accident or getting a ticket, and we did it. We pulled it off.
Crazy.
All right, everybody. Have a great
there's my
night.
dog.
Believe me, your advertising dollars will be spent very well over here. We'll love every penny of it, and we'll make sure that you get lots of views on whatever your product is. So don't hesitate, because I promise you, someone else is going to grab your spot, and you're going to be bummed. I know Code 4 Roofing. I know every other Stanley Plumbing and all the rest of the sponsors are super happy. So you could be happy too if you wanted to be. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock tomorrow night with my good friend Michael Folks. Ron,
Thanks, everyone.
Matt Ryan wants to know if I'm tucking you in tonight.
Yeah. It's a ritual.
Well, should we make a video?
They're
No.
spooning.
No, you got to leave something. You got to leave something
To the imagination.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Thanks. Justin, I'll call you when I'm walking over to In and Out. Good night, everybody.
All right,